Good morning, everybody. We're back in the studio, and we're doing something a little different today. I've got Matt Callegari. Callegari?
Yep, that's right.
Callegari. I think I've said it 5 times already. Matt's in the studio with us today, and I met Matt probably a couple months ago. I had a Polaroid with some extra film that I wanted to burn through, and Matt was getting ready for a competition and wanted some pics. So I met him at the gym. Your kids were there as well. Love your kids.
Thank you.
We will have you back on with your kids. Get through this one,
Sure.
and then get them on there and see if they're willing to come on camera. So we briefly talked. I did the photo shoot of you at the gym, and you did well at the competition, right? That was your first competition.
Yeah, I got 2 seconds and 4th overall, so I can't complain on that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You're prepping for another one?
In a couple weeks, actually.
Couple weeks, okay.
Yep.
And you, as we were leaving, you had briefly talked about meal prepping and meal planning and stuff like that. So today we're going to talk about food, nutrition, what you like to do, how you give back to the community, whether it's donating your time to organizations and whatever. So let's start with the food nutrition aspect of it. So how important is food when it comes to either bulking up or just getting trim or healthier?
I've learned a lot. The last, let's see, my competition was in June, so it was a lot self-taught. Is people have the notion of carbs are bad, stay away from carbs, this and that. It's actually the exact opposite, because it all comes down to timing of when you eat them, how you're training, the different intensity levels. It really all depends on what you're training for. Like what you could be training for versus what I'm training for is completely different. So the meal plan I'd have you on would look a lot different than mine. So it really is all relative to your goals and what you're wanting to work on.
It makes sense. I mean, you're not going to build a race car for just top speed if you're going to be doing a race course. You know what I mean? So you you build that plan to that. I like that. That makes a lot of sense. So you're a personal trainer?
Yes.
Okay, over at the Foundry.
Correct, yes.
Which is in the Beaufort Town Center over there by Bilo and all that.
Yep.
Okay. So obviously somebody can go to the Foundry, ask for a personal trainer. Can they specifically ask for you? Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's another thing. There's a couple other trainers there.
Yeah.
They all have their own specialties. So it's just, I work with a lot of kids and athletes.
Okay.
I used to work with NFL players and train them on speed work and everything, injury rehab. So if you have an athlete coming in, steer them my way. And there's boxing coaches there. So we have a good mix there that you can.
Because not everybody's going to be built the same and they have different needs and all that other stuff. So it's good to have all those deals. So let's talk about what you've done in the community. So you had mentioned briefly that you used to be a fireman?
Correct. Yeah, I was a city firefighter here for about a year.
Okay.
And I had to leave for family reasons, unfortunately. But I still give back to the guys at the station. I'll volunteer and cook meals whenever I can.
Yeah.
I did a nice Super Bowl party last year. And
nice.
We got the holidays coming up, so if I have the time, I'll definitely be in the station giving back to those guys.
Do you have a specific type of food that you cook for them? When you cook in bulk like that for a bunch of guys, or we know how notorious firemen are with their eating and just need to carb up. What do you cook for those guys?
It really all depends, because it's going to be different guys in each shift. So some guys, are more health conscious. Some guys are like, all right, I just want some good food. Which, it's a good mix. So it really all depends. We did like a going away party for one of the guys that was transferring out, and we just did a big, barbecue sampler. So I did, hush puppies and fresh cornbread, pulled pork, sliders, Texas Twinkies, which are like stuffed jalapenos wrapped in bacon. So all kinds of stuff.
All my favorite.
And it's nice because the guys all pitch in. It's like, hey, what do you want us to get? I'm like, I'll give them some ideas, and then they just kind of let me freestyle it from there.
Got it. So they'll kind of supply some of the food that they want to cook, and then you're the mastermind behind it.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Ooh.
We'll do twofold. Favorite thing to cook and favorite thing to eat, if they're different.
Favorite thing to cook? Well, my kids love my homemade Alfredo. So anything that gets them excited, that's going to be one of my favorite things to do. But if I had to pick, I guess, a category, it'd be more like Cajun or even some barbecue style stuff. So, now I'm not trying to say I can compete with your grandma's
Yeah.
Lowcountry boils or anything like that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
but I love that style. It's more family friendly. It's
Okay.
you can feed larger groups for
Right,
you
for
know
sure.
especially on a budget.
Yeah. And you like eating that as well? That's kind of your favorite?
I loved eating it, but if I had to pick one thing to eat, anybody who knows me, it's key lime pie.
Okay.
That's my downfall. That was the first thing I had after my competition in June was
Got it.
a
whole pie
a whole mess of key lime pie, donuts, key lime pie, cheesecake, regular key lime pie.
Wow. I don't know if I've ever had key lime pie, to be honest with you.
That's unfortunate.
It is. And so, I do the Reluctant Foodie. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah, I love that series.
There's a ton of stuff that I have eaten, have not eaten.
The lobster chips or whatever that one was.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was a good one.
Disgusting. So we got a new one coming up. We've got some more crab flavored smoked chips coming, and there's a self-cooker rice pot that's coming.
Okay.
Literally, it's like an aluminum pan. You put water in it. It has a heat actuator that you pour something in it, and it cooks it within there for like 8 minutes.
Sure.
So that's coming up soon. Not to plug my own stuff, but I say that to say that there's a lot of stuff that I haven't eaten, dessert included. I love dessert. I didn't know I loved cheesecake until probably 5-6 years ago. To be honest with you, it's so stupid. Cheesecake doesn't sound
it doesn't sound right, no.
It doesn't.
But when it's done right,
it's phenomenal.
You can't beat it.
You can't. So I love cheesecake.
And
that's probably my favorite.
Shout out to my Aunt Alice, Long Island, best cheesecake ever made. So.
I think we probably need to make a trip up to Long Island. So you're available for hire for folks. So if anybody's watching this, they're like, oh, Matt's a good guy. We want to give him an opportunity. What do we want to do? So you're available to hire.
Yes.
For that.
I actually have I'm getting ready to cater a wedding coming up, and it's about for 100 people. So I've been going back and forth on menu changes with them, but I'm really open to anything. Okay. I guess the only thing is don't ask me to make a cake or decorate it.
Yeah.
Because it would look like a 5-year-old did it in the dark. I can't do cakes. I can't decorate.
Yeah.
I can do fun desserts, but no fancy cakes for me.
Okay. That makes sense. Leave that to the other folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What's coming up? So the wedding, other than the wedding, you did something for local, you said the Preserve? Yes,
I did a barbecue sampler platter thing for them.
Yeah.
It was about 225 orders.
Okay.
It was just an event for their residents.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. It was a big hit.
Okay.
I guess my homemade cornbread's starting to really catch on. So
I love it.
I take pride in that.
What's special about your homemade cornbread that's different?
If I told you, then it wouldn't be special.
True. So don't give me the extra ingredient. So do you have corn in your cornbread?
Of course.
Okay. Any maybe jalapeno or
yeah, there's all sorts of different versions. Okay. I'm a big
win the secret.
I'm a big football guy. I'm originally from Buffalo, so chicken wings are my thing. So I was like, all right, how can I incorporate chicken wings and cornbread?
Okay.
So I made this buffalo chicken cornbread.
Oh shit.
With shredded chicken, buffalo sauce. Blue cheese, never ranch.
All inside the cornbread.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I just completely made it up, no recipe, nothing. I just kind of.
But now you can emulate that every single time.
Absolutely, and you can. That's the nice thing about cornbread. You can customize it. Some people like spicy. Some people like sweet.
Okay.
Some people like a mixture of both.
I like probably both. So for me, high school cornbread was top tier.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, almost like freaking cake.
Oh yeah,
where it's like that. But then going home, Mom would make it in the skillet, where it's a little bit more dense.
Yeah, and get the crisp edges.
Yeah, exactly.
From the skillet, yeah.
I would take that and then mix that with, I think black eyed peas was a big thing to mix those two together.
Okay.
Grew up in North Carolina, so she's very Southern Bible Belt kind of a deal.
Sure.
But I don't eat that way any longer. My wife's from California, and we eat differently. Obviously, I'm getting older, so I eat healthier now anyway. But that's a good memory to have. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why I love cooking. It's all about family. It's all about food. It's who's around your table.
Yep. So it's not blood related. It's just everybody.
Just like the guys at the fire department. It's like they love having my kids come into the station to eat. Show them around the fire trucks, and then we sit down for a nice meal. So that's really what it's all about.
That's fantastic. So you're working on a website.
Mm-hmm.
That information will be listed here or below. So that'll be a contact. They can reach you there for information for inquiries about catering or if they have an event. Is there a minimum or a maximum that you'll do? What's the biggest party that you'll accommodate?
That's I guess I wasn't ready for that
Yeah.
question. I don't know. The wedding I'm doing is about 100 people.
Okay.
So that preserve catering was about 225,
Okay.
and I did that all the cooking and prepping and everything by myself.
Okay.
So
Would you bring in somebody else to say you have a 300 person event? You're like, all right, this is kind of a tight deal. Are you available to bringing in folks to help?
oh, absolutely. And when
yeah.
I'm not the kind of person to try and do it all myself.
Yeah, of
but
course.
that large of an event, you'd have to have some help, whether it's delivery, setup, prepping, whatever you need. So I hope to get to that point,
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen. Yeah,
so.
just like anything, it takes a little bit of
Sure.
time. Are you on social media I know personally you are,
Mhm.
but is your business or your catering or any of that?
I'm working on that right now,
Okay.
and then I'll get that information over to you.
So again, we'll have all that listed below for everybody there. And obviously on SK, we'll share that.
Sure.
Once we happen to
We got to do some reluctant foodie episodes with stuff I can
No,
bring
for
in,
sure,
so
100%. I would
that
love
would
to
be
do
awesome.
that.
Instead of you driving to go somewhere, I can bring everything here.
Yeah.
And set it up.
That'd be fantastic. I've got a list of stuff that I'm going to be doing soon. Kind of working on my schedule to where I film on one day and then push it on a Friday, I think. Doing some candy. Got myself a budget to where I can go once a week. And not break the bank, because for me there's no revenue source for this at all.
Sure.
It's just like anything. I'm growing.
This is you giving back to the community.
Yeah, and then try to be a little entertaining. It's tough. It's hard to be entertaining, and I don't know people at home that watch this or whatever. It's really tough to come across to where people want to be engaged in what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's challenging. It's new.
Oh yeah.
I'm myself on my SK stuff all day long because it is what it is. But trying to bring somebody else into the food world and understand why
it's different. It's a different
animal.
It is, especially when you got some nice high-end restaurants around here. And
yeah.
just like,
and I'm not a food critic, so I'm not rating the quality of the food or the service of the restaurant, the atmosphere, any of that. It's would I eat that again? Yeah. I got a one drop in Friday. We had some blue crab, and wasn't for me. You know what I mean? I love salmon. Well, we used to grow up eating salmon patties, salmon croquettes, I guess they were called.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in the skillet, burnt rough edges, not too burnt, but you know what I mean? That texture was great. Mm-hmm. This resembled that from a texture standpoint, but the flavor just
brings back memories.
It does. Yeah. Mashed potatoes were great. I love greens. I love collard greens. I love spinach, ironically enough. Nice. But they have to be mushy. I love them out of a can. I love my green beans out of a can. I do not like fresh green beans. I don't like the snap. It's ridiculous.
Are you a texture person?
Very texture.
Yeah.
And I just got into salads within the last couple of years.
Okay.
And again, it's so crazy. It's literally insane when you think about it.
Right.
And then how much I've not had because of being stubborn. Or I just loved
everything. I mean, you know what you like, so why steer from it?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I'm not trying to rock the boat.
Right.
And waste, it's a whole thing. So Matt, I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
Everybody, look for Matt, his social media channels, his website, and we'll have him on Reluctant Foodie probably before all that. We'll do that relatively soon.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
And then to help get the word out. All right, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.